I think that by the end of 2024, we're going to be seeing a steady average house price of around. In this video, we're going to be going over the New Brunswick residential real estate predictions for 2024. And in order to assess this properly, I've broken it down into 4 contributing factors that are going to likely dictate the real estate market for 2024. So those 4 are interest rates, housing supply and construction, the population growth of New Brunswick, and the market sentiments amongst investors, buyers, and sellers. But before we get into the video, I just want to say welcome back to the channel, or if this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking and watching. My name is Brandon Vincent. I'm a real estate agent from St. John, New Brunswick with eXp Realty. I've been actively selling real estate for over 5 years now. My goal on this channel is to bring you relevant real estate information in an entertaining way. If you do like the sound of that, I would love for you to hit the like and subscribe button, follow along for the journey. But without further ado, let's dive into this 2024 real estate prediction for New Brunswick. So starting this video, I want to preface it by saying that this is not financial advice. However, what it is me sharing what I've researched and my own opinions on what the market is going to bring for 2024. Starting off with interest rates. So the reason that interest rates are important is because this is what affects people's borrowing power. So what the government does is they'll use interest rates to help control inflation and stimulate or cool down markets. So as everybody knows, over the last few years during the pandemic, to stimulate the market, what the government did was they lowered the interest rates. And what did that do? That made the market go parabolic, especially for real estate, but it pretty well affected all markets. When you look at stocks, you look at real estate, look at any company, everybody was making money, and there was a lot of money in the system going around because the borrowing was so easy, and there was stimulus packages going around nonstop. Now, what the government's done over the last year, over 2023, is some major rate hikes, and it's some of the fastest rate hikes that we've seen and the quickest for a very long time. And what that's done is it's helped to cool down the market. Now, luckily here in New Brunswick, everything's held very steady since 2022. And you see prices just really lingering kind of where they were. We haven't had major declines. What we have seen is less sales happening. And the reason there's less sales happening is because the interest rates went up. So with the higher interest rates, it makes it a little bit more difficult for buyers to get into the market. So with that being said, I think there's a lot of pent-up demand right now. People sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what's going to happen with the interest rates. And right now, what the prediction is going into 2024 is it's expected that the Bank of Canada is going to hold steady at the 5% rate that it's at right now, and it's going to hold there for probably about 6 months. But what they're anticipating is for the rates to go back down, for there to be some cuts coming into the second quarter of 2024. And if that does happen, I think that there's so much pent-up demand, there's so many people sitting on the sidelines right now that we are going to see a fairly large spike in the buyers coming in, and that's going to affect the prices of homes because I think there's a lot of people just sitting on the sideline right now, and they're just waiting to see what happens with the interest rates. And honestly, even if the interest rates just hold steady, I think that will build up a little bit more confidence in the market just because we've had such a roller coaster over the last year of the rates going up. It's just been up, 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 up. And that's taken the wind out of some buyer sales. Now, seeing that the market's holding, I think that we're going to come into 2024 and see more sales happening than happened over 2023. The second major contributing factor is housing supply and new construction happening. So this is where we get into the supply versus the demand and how much supply is being created, okay? So in order to figure this out and in order to look at this properly, the best way to do it is actually on a macro scale of looking at Canada entirely. So Canada currently has about 500,000, that's 500,000 people moving into the country every single year. And that's not where the problem lies. The problem lies with the amount of homes that are being built. We're only building about 210 to 220,000 homes per year, and we're actually seeing that number decline. And the reason is because of supply issues, supply costs. It's just harder for builders to make a profit right now when they do build homes. And what that's causing is a major supply crunch because we have a lot of people moving here that need homes. We have a lot of people that are currently living here that are renting, paying high rents, that are looking to get into the market, that want to buy a home. But the market just doesn't have the supply available right now. And this is causing a mixture of pent-up demand and low supply, which is and has been a driving force in the rising prices, but I don't see this getting any better. I don't see the issue being solved, and all that's happening is as time goes on, we're compounding this issue, and it's becoming more of a supply crunch, which is just going to continue to push prices upwards. And I don't know what the answer is, but I know that the home prices won't be going back to what they were. And that brings us into our next contributing factor, which is population growth. The population of New Brunswick was estimated to be 834,000 people back in July 1st of 2023. And that's an increase of about 44,000 people since 2020. And what we're seeing is a lot of interprovincial migration happening because we have some of the fairest priced real estate here. So with that being a factor, so many people coming here because it's one of the most affordable places to buy and get into the market, that's continuing this supply crunch. In a low supply environment, we have more people moving here than ever before. And this is all contributing to the increasing prices and even the fact that the prices are holding right now with the rising of interest rates. And that brings us to our fourth contributing factor, which is the market sentiments. And this really encompasses the last three parts that I was just talking about. So with interest rates holding and the population growth increasing and not enough homes being built, I mean, there's really only one logical answer that I can see here, and that's that prices are going to continue to increase. They're definitely not going back. And if the interest rates even drop by 0.5%, I can see a lot of people seeing that as an opportunity to get into the market. And there's so much pent-up demand on the sidelines. And a few other things that I didn't even talk about are the prices people are paying for rent, which is making people think that they're paying as much in rent as they would in a mortgage. So why not just get into the market? Why not just purchase some real estate? I think we're going to see a big year coming into 2024. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because most of the headlines that I see are talking about slight increases of 3% or 2.7% and talking about very, very small margins. But I personally don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're going to see much larger price increases over 2024. I think there's so many people on the sidelines right now that are waiting to get in, and there's so much pent-up demand. And New Brunswick is just placed so perfectly right now within Canada, being an amazing spot to live and an amazing spot to come and buy real estate. because of the nature and the amount of land and privacy that comes with buying property here in New Brunswick, I think that it's very enticing, and the ability for people to work from home when they move here. I know people who are currently living here in New Brunswick that have jobs in other provinces, but they're able to work from home full time and make very, very good money. And this is an option for a lot of people. So there's a lot of changing dynamics happen. And I think all of these almost are going to create a perfect storm going into 2024. And it's really going to depend, in my opinion, on interest rates and what the interest rates do. So my prediction is that there's going to be more of an increase than what the majority of the media is talking about. I think that we're going to see some major price movements. I think that by the end of 2024, we're going to be seeing a steady average house price of around $400,000 for New Brunswick. I just think it's inevitable at this point, unless they are able to do something to fix the supply issue. It's a simple supply versus demand. The demand is building up and getting higher, and the supply is not meeting that demand at all. So all we can do is wait and see. That's my predictions. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions on this. I know that there's been people thinking that the market's going to crash, that a whole bunch of different things are going to happen. Let me know what you think, okay? I hope this video has brought you some value. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. If you or anybody you know is looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in New Brunswick, I'd be happy to help. My number is going to be down in the description. You can shoot me a text, give me a call anytime. I'd love to discuss and set up a time to chat with you to figure out how I can help. And have a great day.